Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of day it may be for you. It's the Laidback Gamer, and we're back with a different episode of Elder Scrolls Legends. This time we're doing a card review. And the card that we're going to be reviewing is, well, the card that is coming out when this season ends. And I'm talking about, pardon me if I butcher this, the Dushnik Yal Archer. Now this card, as you can see, is an Orc, 4 mana, 3/3 with guard, summon. You can either deal 1 damage or destroy an enemy support. Now, my personal thoughts on this is... The first thing I thought when I saw this is... And if I can go find it... It's a much weaker version of the... Oh, God. Pronouncing words sometimes is not fun. Belgariant Giant. That's my thoughts. It's a weaker version of this. This one's 7 mana, 7/4 with Breakthrough instead of Guard, and it will either unsummon a creature in a lane or destroy an enemy support. Now, the reason why I think that it's weaker is because, yes, it costs 3 less mana, but it has 4 less attack, 1 less health, trades Breakthrough for Guard, which... that's situational based, but this card can unsummon a card, whereas the Archer can only deal 1 damage to a card. So it's great against little creatures like an Imp, or I don't know, basically anything with 1 health in the game. But anything with more than 1 health, you have to trade a creature in to kill it, or you have their creature trade into your creature because the Archer has Guard. Whereas this guy flat out removes it from the lane. The only way this guy sucks is if it's a charge creature or it's someone with a summon ability. So let's say it unsummons, I don't know, a blood magic lord. Excuse me. It will get another summon effect. So it's it's the only way that the unsummon ability would kind of suck. I'm going to switch back to the Orc. So that was my initial thought when I first saw it. Actually, let's do that. That's much easier. When I saw this card. However, just because, in my opinion, it's weaker doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. I actually think this card is really good. The Archer, with a Guard, it helps stop aggro. The 1 damage... Whenever you're going, sorry, it can help either finish off an enemy creature, or it can help weaken it for you to either kill it or for your opponent to be unable to make a good trade. And the destroyed enemy support is really nice. It doesn't come out earlier than where is it? The Droog. Sadly, and pardon me if I pronounce that wrong, but it is a bit of a nice switch up. It sacrifices 1 health for Guard, and for the ability to also deal 1 damage. So, it's better than this guy, essentially. I think it still isn't it's not as good as Etiquette of Azura, which I think it's okay for a 1 class card. I mean, this is very class specific, so you have to play a spell sword in order to play this. And this could be an Etiquette of Azura is, well, it's pretty strong in its own right. So the fact that it can only deal 1 damage to a creature, I think that's really good in comboing it with a destroy support. And like I've mentioned, the Guard is also great against stopping aggro. The 3 attack is perfect because it avoids cards like Grizzly Gourmet or Execute, and anything that deals with creatures under 2 attack or less. Still gets affected by Unrelenting Force, but I mean, if you Unrelenting Force this, you are either really trying to bring the game home, or you are desperate to remove your opponent's creatures, off the board, because, well, it'll just come back out, guard, and now it deals another damage, or destroys one of your supports. So, I'm going to kind of bring it to a bit of a different one here. To the support destroyer effect. Which supports would be really good for this to destroy? The first thing that comes to mind is Divine Favor, or Favor, whatever you want to call it as. Creatures have +1/+1. Now, strength characters have a easier way to deal with this, because now that instead of 3 support destroyers in their deck for 4 mana, they can have up to 6. Another one I think would be good against is Imperial Camp. Getting rid of the ability for your opponent's guards to have +1 attack can be really, really substantial, especially when he's got multiple of these camps on the battlefield. And the one thing that really came to mind when I saw this was obviously the Hiss Grove. And if you get to turn 15, it summons 2 8/8 Swamp Leviathans in each lane. Well, not turn 15, when you're at 15 Magicka. Doesn't get rid of the +1 Magicka that the Hiss Grove will give you, but it does stop that from coming. And there have been quite a few games that I've experienced, both on camera and off, where playing a Hiss Grove and you know your opponent is about to gain 1 more Magicka, and they're on 14, you're panicking to find a way to destroy those supports, or you're trying to find a bunch of lethal creatures. And with a strength deck, the Archer gives it the ability to destroy these support cards a lot better. Another thing I would probably destroy would be Corsair Ship. In a weapons deck, the ability to have creatures that trigger off of getting equipped with an item is pretty big. Corsair Ship automatically triggers it. So basically, let's see here. Let me try to pull up the card I was thinking of. I can't pronounce its name. I forget. Oh, the Battle Mage. Could have just said Battle Mage. So +3 in guard with an item equipped. With Corsair Ship out, you're basically playing a 3 mana 4/6 with guard, which that's pretty big for 4 mana. Then when the Archer comes out and decides to destroy that Corsair Ship, you're denying an item in the deck that value. When you destroy a Divine Favor, you're denying what likely is a token deck that ability. Even if, say, you were to get... Actually, here's another good example. No, on a Munda Stone. No, Munda Stone gives you a random keyword to any creature that's played. Can mean absolutely nothing. One creature played down, all of a sudden, oh dear, the game just switched to my opponent's favor, and now I'm in a lot of trouble. The other one I wanted to show was, and I think it would go really good against Halls of the Dwemer. Now, especially if you're playing like a control warrior class style, you can have up to 9, I believe 9. Yes, 9 support destroyers. 3 from, well, technically 12, but I don't think you'd play 3 giants in the deck, so let's assume you want to get all support destroying. You got 12. You got 6 from strength now, 3 giants, 3 archers, 3 Hiss priests, and 3 of the Furious. Oh god. I'm sorry, this is still early in the morning for me. 3. Now I can't even think of it. It's the 4 mana 3/4, the one I showed you guys earlier that destroys the support. You now have 12 of those guys in your deck, so if you play up against a Dwemer deck, you are that much more likely to get one of those support destroyers. You're more likely to be able to destroy cards like Halls of the Dwemer or Altar of the Despair. I think it would go really, really good against the Halls of the Dwemer. Really do. What other decks do I see it in? Well, quite frankly, Here's the other deck I would see it in. Orcs. Just a bunch of orcs. I mean, it benefits off of Militant Chieftain, gets boosts from the Steelheart Vanquisher, the Chieftain's Banner. What's another card that it could gain a lot of benefit off of? Well, that's really it. Well, it also helps power up Stone Shard Orc. So you can play it on turn 7, and you can deal 3 damage to an enemy creature, because you now got 1 Archer out, and you also have... and then you get Stone Shard Orc on the battlefield, and that's 3 damage total, so you can kill a couple of smaller creatures or save it up on a bigger guy, and then use what guys you have on the board to finish the deal. So that's all the possibilities I think of this Archer. Overall, I think this is a pretty good card, though I'd have to, in order to get a good judgment on the Archer, I think we need to play with it a little bit. I'll be getting one at the end of the month. I'm going to try to see if I can create my own control-ish warrior deck. The one I have currently on the left was on the right. That was just to complete a quest for breakthrough. And now I'm sitting at 300 gold. So, what better way to end the episode? And with a couple of card openings. So, 18 cards. Now that I don't have to save up any more gold for more 500, guys, I'm feeling pretty good. Alright, let's go 3 of the classical sets, or the core set. And Hearthstone's classical, so I always think of it as classical. And let's hope we get a legendary. There's one legendary I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure you guys know what it is, but just in case you don't, I'm not going to say anything. Spider Worker, not bad. There's also one epic I'm looking for, and it's a Stronghold Eradicator. None of it there. There's 2 more Orcs. I think they're all going to dust, but good dust it's going for. And an epic Immobilating Blast. Not bad. And a premium Swamp Leviathan. I almost said golden. It's golden in Hearthstone. I believe in this game it's premium because there's a title that requires you to win a deck with all premium cards. And I'm fairly certain the premium cards are the quote-unquote foil cards. They're the golden cards of Hearthstone, the foil cards of the real world. I believe that's what premium is in this game. So, once again, I think the Yale Archer, really good card. Good with Orcs, and good in a control-ish warrior deck. So, yeah, that's it for this time. Short episode today, but this was just a card review and a card opening series. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed. And if you think other people would enjoy this, go ahead and share it all around. This video is made just to be a little more informative of my personal opinion over the Yale Archer. Last time was the Emperor's Blade, and I put that in the middle of a Quest to 2K Gold episode, and I didn't feel like it should have been there, personally. Regardless, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.